On October 25, 2003, the City of Oceanside hosted the Defenders of Freedom Parade to salute the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force who fought in Iraq. It was a day to cheer our armed forces and celebrate their return home. We met and spoke with Marines and sailors from all over the United States, and here's what they had to say. What was the most important thing you learned about yourself when you were over there?
The most important thing that I learned about myself basically was that your mind really has a lot more power than your body does, so if you can think it, you can do it over there. And when you're tasked with things that you didn't think that you could ever do in your life, you're able to do them without a problem. Your mind just takes over and you just do it.
What did you learn about yourself over there?
That I hate the desert.
I mean, were the people nice to you when you got there, or did they think that you guys were like invaders?
A lot of them were happy. A lot of them were happy they were over there. They were cheering for us. But a lot of them were, kind of behind their back. They were like, yeah, we're happy you're here. But then when you turn your backs on them, they're like, hey, we got to get these guys, and so they were like kind of like a two-faced kind of people.
Yeah.
But there was a lot that were happy for us.
Yeah.
We were one of the first ones to hit. Yes. We went to Nasiriyah. We were the ones that went to Nasiriyah.
That's pretty heavy fighting over there, huh?
Yes, it was.
Brian Dow is the Chief Scout Sniper for the 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines. Where did you fight when you were in Iraq?
Mainly, I was with the Regimental Combat Team 1, and we moved from south to north. Pretty much Highway 7. Most of our fighting for me was in Nasiriyah and Baghdad.
What was the most important thing you learned about yourself in Iraq?
The most important thing I learned is I was confident that I trained. I always wanted to know if my training was going to work, and it did. So that's what I learned, that I was doing the right thing this whole time.
Did you fight in Iraq?
Yes, I did. I was actually following the 5th Marines. They were the grunt unit, and it was me and maybe 10 other females that were with 7,000 males. We were up there the whole time. Wherever they went, we went. We went a day and a half without water, without chow. It was really, really tough. I spent most of my time in an LVS or in a hole. It's pretty crazy.
What got you through it?
God, support from my family, and just being a Marine, you got to stay tough. I guess the most important thing is just staying motivated. That's what gets you through everything, pretty much.
Your willpower?
Yeah, willpower, strength to survive, strength to keep on going, persevere, and not worry about the little things.
Well, I got my Purple Heart due to a fire mission. The 81mm mortars, which is a part of our company, fired. A round fell short and landed in front of my Humvee, which I in return received shrapnel from.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
So, what was the heaviest fighting you've seen?
The attack we did that day, we traveled up Highway 7 and we fought the Fedayeen, and we were in a pretty good, I'd say about a 2.5 to 3 hour firefight with them. That was about the biggest battle I've seen.
What did you think of the culture over there?
It's very the culture was just it's like you travel down the road, you got people on one side, with signs saying "Go USA," then you come to another house, they're firing at you.
What did you learn about yourself when you were over there?
That no matter how much you're ready for it, you're still going to be scared.
We also met with some of the medics who treat soldiers when they are wounded. Are you the one that held it together for everyone?
Somewhat. I'm kind of like the mother of the group.
Yes, she is.
I'm kind of like the mother of the group.
No, when you were in Iraq, right?
I didn't go into Iraq, but I stayed in Kuwait.
Okay.
I stayed in Kuwait, and I maintained we were a Combat Service Support Battalion 12, so I maintained, we have a group of about maybe 250 personnel that didn't go into Iraq, and they had to maintain the camp at Kuwait. And we just stayed basically right there in Kuwait at Camp Tarwa, and I just did medical care, medical coverage for that group.
Did you watch a lot of MASH episodes?
I don't really watch MASH at all. But it's just been a lot of good Navy training. A lot of good Navy training. Yeah.
What's the most important thing you learned about yourself when you were over there?
Being strong. I have a strong belief in God, and I knew that He was going to take us all out there and bring us all back home safely. And that's it. And depending on our folks, we have to depend on each other always, and we have each other's back. So you have to know that you can trust in your guys.
Did you all work together when you were over there?
The whole time.
Yes,
the
we
whole
did.
time. Yeah.
What did you think of the culture when you were there?
Actually, it was interesting to go over there and get a chance to see how those people live and see that a lot of people there were shut off from a lot of what was going on outside there. They were just simple people and people that were just trying to maintain a lifestyle, and we were there just kind of getting to witness all this at one time. So it was interesting. There was a lot of Iraqi people that were very friendly, that were hospitable, that definitely welcomed us being there.
It makes you appreciate what you got at home too.
Yeah. What was the most important thing to you about being over there?
Being over there is just an experience. Teamwork, I think, is the best thing. That's the best thing that we learned out there.
What was the most? What did you miss most when you were there?
Family. Family.
What do you think about all these people here today?
I don't know.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
What do you think about the tanks?
They're cool. They're interesting. I like them.
Do you like the tanks?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite one?
The green one.
Arlie Ermy spent 11 years in the Marine Corps and is the host of the History Channel's Mail Call program. He is most famous for his roles in films such as Full Metal Jacket, Apocalypse Now, and Dead Man Walking. He is a strong supporter of his fellow Marines and hosted the celebration at the Oceanside Amphitheater. Can you tell us why this event is important to you?
Well, you just thanked me for being here today, and I wouldn't have stayed away for anything. These are my troops. I was in Iraq and went over to Iraq in June for 2 weeks, and I was back again in July for 2 more weeks. And 1st Marine Air Wing was gracious enough to give me 2 CH-46 helicopters, and I've worked my way from Baghdad, or from Kuwait, all the way crisscross all over Iraq. We hit every little podunk, camp, base, outpost, wherever there was a Marine, we were there. We stopped there, all the way down to Baghdad. And then we got to Baghdad. We convoyed through Baghdad one way. We drove around another way and crisscrossed Baghdad, coming back the other way through convoy. We got to talk to all the soldiers over there. I gave the speech 34 times. That means that we must have gone to 34 different bases and outposts. And it was rewarding. And when we were invited to come up and do this, actually, my schedule was so tight that this day was already spoken for. But when something important like this comes up, we've learned over the years that we can cancel an event, or we'll juggle the schedule around and make this happen. And I was very insistent that we were going to do this. So here we are. I wouldn't miss it for the world. These are my guys. I'm welcoming my guys back home, and I just think that we need more of this all over every town and every city outside of a base or that has veterans coming back. They need to welcome these young people home. These are the last true patriots. These kids saw fit to put their lives on the line, sacrifice everything for this country and for the freedom that our people enjoy. And so these people are patriotic. It's voluntarily nowadays. Now it's time for us to give a little something back and at least let them know that we appreciate what they've done. And like I say, I was over there in June and July, and I went out and put the Kevlar on the uniform. I am a Marine Corps gunnery sergeant. I put the uniform on, the Kevlar helmet, and the black jacket, and I went right out in the field with the troops. And I got to tell you, the living conditions over there were appalling.
For the soldiers or for the people?
For the Marines. These kids out in the field are living. You have to understand that Marines pack up and they don't need a runway, so they can't set down roots. The Air Force needs a runway, so a large strip of concrete so they can land their birds on. And so they can set down roots, and they have running water and showers and hot food and hot chow and special services, and their needs are taken care of. The young Marines, they're out there in squalor. They're living in the dirt. They're lucky if they can take a shower once a week. They're eating MREs, which are, as far as I'm concerned, damn near not palatable. They are nasty tasting, especially if you eat them every day, day in and day out. The good thing about them is they do sustain life, and there's more energy and more vitamins in an MRE than a normal man can burn up in a day.
I spoke with a woman today who is a Marine, and she said they went a day and a half without water.
That's sometimes what happens. You know, you have to understand also the logistics. You've got 200,000 warriors in a country the size of California, logistics must be a nightmare. And of course, the military has learned over the years to really make it work and run like a finely tuned machine. But still, and yet, when you got troops out on patrol, they can only carry so much water. And, you know, they consume so much. When I was there, the last time I went over in July, the temperature was like 130 degrees out there, and there was no shade.
Yeah, I tried on one of those jackets. I know how.
And they're hot, and you have the jacket on, you've got a T-shirt, you've got a jacket, plus you've got that vest, which weighs about 25 pounds, that armor vest. And I'll tell you what, it's hot and it's miserable, and you constantly perspire. And when you perspire that much, you have to put that water back. And how many bottles of water can each man carry? You know, I went to Vietnam in I got there just in time for the Tet Offensive in 1968. And what did I learn? I learned that war is a nasty, evil, horrible thing, but in some cases it's necessary. And when it's necessary, we need to rise to the occasion. We need to do it. I hear people say, "Oh, I wouldn't want to kill somebody." Trust me, when that somebody's trying to kill you, it's either you take him out or he takes you out. You rise to the occasion, and the Marine Corps gives you the tools to do so. Now, contrary to popular belief, Marine Corps does not train killers. The Marine Corps teaches their young people how to win wars, how to defend this country, and how to keep the people of this country free. Now, if it requires that they kill somebody in the process, well, so be it. But we don't kill good people. We kill bad guys. That's the way it works.
Okay, and also they wanted me to ask you about The Simpsons. What voices did you do on The Simpsons? And
I did the role. I did the voice of Colonel Hap Hapablad on The Simpsons. He was the commander of an air base, and The Simpsons were there at the air base for an air show. And of course they get in all kinds of trouble, just like The Simpsons always do. I believe I've done almost all of the better, finer cartoons in Hollywood or on TV now. We don't do scrap or junk. We just do the really good ones, and because they're fun to do.
I am Gunnery Sergeant Hartman. I am your senior drill instructor. From now on, you will speak only when spoken to. The first and last words out of your filthy sewers will be served. Do you maggots understand that? Bull feathers, I can't hear you. Sound up like you've got a pair. If you ladies leave my island, if you survive recruit training, you will be a weapon. You will be a minister of death praying for war.
I wanted to come out here first thing today and say, by golly, Oceanside sure went the extra mile, didn't they? And another thing that I think that there ought to be more of this all over America.
Bravo!
It just seems to me like there's a lot of people in this country that seem to forget that this is an all-voluntary situation these days. Nobody made you stand up and defend your country. You guys are the patriots.
Right.
You were the ones that took it upon yourself to sign that piece of paper, knowing that you were going to be thrown into harm's way. But you were motivated, and you were patriotic, and you wanted to do your fair share as an American. And I'm proud of that. Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die.
What I want to do is ask every Marine and sailor to stand up. Please stand up. Every Marine, every sailor. And give yourself a round of applause because you are the true dignitaries. God bless you. As beautiful as this setting is, what makes it a lot more beautiful are the decorations of all the flags around here. And the one person we have to thank for that is Alex, known as Oceanside's flag man. Not just that, but he's also America's flag man. Let's recognize Alex. Alex, please stand up. God bless you, Alex. Alex, sit forward.
from my red, white, and blue heart. Warm regards and best wishes to all the Marines throughout the world. They have done a successful, excellent job, short and sweet. And God bless all Marines, and God bless America. In God we pray.
I'd like to invite up Lieutenant General Conway. Please come forward, sir. General Conway of the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, under his leadership, led 45,000 Marines. They struck a significant blow to a far-reaching terrorist network who threatened the security and safety of our residents, our families, and our nation. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Lieutenant General Conway.
Patriotic citizens of Southern California, Marines and sailors, let me say on behalf of the MEF that we thank you for what we saw take place today. I know my Marines. I read their body language when I watch them walk past. They look pretty stoic, but I'll tell you that what happened today has touched them deeply. And it's something that they're going to carry with them now for the rest of their lives. You know, something beautiful happened this morning at Oceanside. We asked permission of the parade organizers to bring aboard a new marching unit. It was called the Vietnam Veterans. And I think collectively we took a big step this morning towards recognizing what those men and women did 30 and 35 years ago. In closing, let me say that we don't know what's next. What we do know is that we're going to enjoy our birthday ball period. We're going to enjoy Thanksgiving and Christmas with our families, and we'll strap aboard whatever happens after that. But what I can assure you here today, folks, is with the tremendous support that you have provided, and we trust will continue to provide, this MEF will go over wherever they send us. We'll do the job. We'll make you very, very proud.
I hope you all keep these very short, since this is not a day for speeches, but a day for Marines and naval personnel to be thanked for the work they did liberating the people of Iraq. Yeah, you better believe it. Well, General Conway, we, as is tradition, the Congress would like to thank both the unit and its commander. And so the first plaque, a certificate of appreciation, is to travel with you wherever you go for the rest of your career. Of course, undoubtedly back to Iraq is probably the first place. But I have for you a certificate of appreciation and a unit coin from a unit called the United States Congress. Yeah. And then, because this unit will be here for a very long time, in a city and an area of Camp Pendleton that believes in the work that you do and the work that you prepare to do when there is no such work, thank God. A similar certificate of appreciation to the 1st Marine Expeditionary Unit, and a similar unit coin that will remain with the unit for as long as you will have it. Thank you.
It's my privilege and honor truly to be here today to present a resolution with my colleague from the Senate commending the forces who protected freedom for us, not only here at home, but for those in faraway lands who have suffered so much oppression. This resolution chronicles those efforts. It's etched in the history of California, and more importantly, in the minds and the hearts of men and women here in America and around the nation. Thank you all so much.
We will keep it short. And this resolution in effect says one word, and it's only one word that needs to be said. Therefore be it resolved, hoorah!